Up one more sum of the same type. Without actually performing long division, state whether the following rational numbers will have terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating, that is repeating decimal expansion. But we have to say it without performing the long division, right? The question number 2, the question is 15 upon 1600. So the normal practice is we take 1600 to the working column and do the prime factorization of it and check the denominator. But before that, we can do something more in this sum. 15 upon 1600 we can reduce it because both are divisible by a number. So 15 upon 1600 we will reduce it by dividing both of them by 5. So we have 5 3s are 15 and 5 320s are is 1600. So 15 upon 1600 is nothing but 3 upon 320. Okay, we have made it small. Now, like the previous module, we have to check whether this one has got terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating, that is repeating decimal expansion, but without performing the long division. So what we will do, we will take this 320 to the working column and factorize this 320. Okay, so let us factorize 320. 2 160s are, 2 80s are, 2 40s are, 2 20s are, 2 10s are, 2 5s are, and last 5 1s are. Okay, so what we will do, this 3 upon 320, we will write it as the 320 of the denominator, we will write it as a product of prime factors. How many 2's we have? Okay, if you count the number of 2's, there are 6 2's. 6 2's means the power 320 can be written as, the power of 2 becomes 6 2's are there, to 2 raised to 6 and 1 5 is there. So 320 can be written as 2 raised to 6 into 5 raised to 1, correct? Since the denominator is in the form of 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, what can we say? This 15 upon 1600 has got terminating decimal expansion. Okay, let us take the next question. The 10th question, it is 77 upon 210. Okay, 77 upon 210, what we can do? We can reduce it to some extent. 77 upon 210. 7 11s are 77 and 7 3s are is 21, so it becomes 30. So 77 upon 210 is nothing but 11 upon 30. Now we have to check whether it has got a terminating decimal expansion or repeating decimal expansion, but without performing the long division. So how we will check? We will check the denominator, factorize the denominator, factorize 30. Okay, so if you factorize 30, so you will get 11 upon 3 10s are 30, we know, but 10 can be written as 2 into 5. So 3 into 2 into 5. Okay. Now, since the denominator is not in the form of 2 raised to n into 5 raised to m, because there is a 3 also, so what we can say, it does not have terminating decimal expansion, but the rational number will have either terminating decimal expansion or repeating. So this doesn't have terminating decimal expansion. So what is the decimal expansion? A repeating decimal expansion. So what we can say, 77 upon 210 has non-terminating, that is repeating decimal expansion. Okay, let's move on to the next sum. Second question, write down the decimal expansion of those rational numbers that were there in question number 1 above, which has terminating decimal expansions. Okay, all the questions which were there in 1 above, we have to write its terminating decimal expansions. We have to write it, right? The first question, 13 upon 3125. We have already factorized 3125. Okay, 13 upon 3125. Factorize 3125. If we go on dividing it by 5, 5 625s are, 5 125s are, 5 25s are, 5 5s are, and 5 1s are. Okay, so 13 upon 3125 can be written as 5 raised to 5. Okay, now rather than dividing, we will use some shortcut, right? And the shortcut is 13 upon 5 raised to 5 is there, correct? In division, if we have the denominator in multiples of 10, it is easy to calculate. Now we have got 5 raised to 5. Suppose if I have one 2 raised to 5 also in the denominator, so 5 raised to 5 into 2 raised to 5 of the denominator can be written as 10 raised to 5. And once you have 10 raised to 5 in the denominator, 10 raised to 5 means 1 and after that 5 zeros means 1 lakh. Right? It is easy to divide. right? So 13 upon 5 raised to 5. So what we will do, multiply the numerator and denominator by 2 raised to 5, because 5 raised to 5 into 2 raised to 5 in the denominator will make it 10 raised to 5. So let us multiply numerator and denominator by 2 raised to 5. So what you will get, 5 raised to 5 into 2 raised to 5 in the numerator also and the denominator also. So what we have is, 2 raised to 5 is 32. 32 into 13 gives you 416. Upon 5 raised to 5 into 2 raised to 5 becomes 10 raised to 5. Okay, and 10 raised to 5 is nothing but 1 lakh. So when you divide 416 upon 1 lakh, we have to shift the decimal 5 positions to the left, and when we are shifting the decimal 5 positions to the left, you will get 0.00416. Okay, let's move on to the next question. 17 upon 8. 17 upon 8. 17 upon 8, we can write it as, if you factorize 8, it will be nothing but 2 into 2 into 2. So 17 upon 2 cube. Okay. Now we have to divide it. So if the denominator is in the multiple of 10, then it is easy to calculate. If in division, if we have the denominator in the multiples of 10, it is easy to calculate. Now what we have in the denominator, we have 2 cube. Suppose we have one 5 cube also in the denominator. 2 raised to 3 and 5 raised to 3 is also there, then 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 3 can be written as 10 raised to 3, and 10 raised to 3 is nothing but 1000, and 1000 it is easy to divide. Suppose some numerator upon 1000, it's easy to divide, just you have to take the decimal 3 positions to the left, correct? No. So what we have, multiplying the numerator and denominator by 5 raised to 3, so what we get, denominator also gets multiplied by 5 raised to 3, numerator also gets multiplied by 5 raised to 3. So what we have is 17 into 5 raised to 3, and 5 raised to 3 is 125, and 17 into 125, if you multiply, it will be 2125. 2125, and the denominator is 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 3. It is 10 raised to 3, which is 1000. Now 2125 you have. If I want to put a decimal point, where will I put a decimal point in 2125? 2125.0. Now 2125 upon 1000 we are dividing. That means what will happen? The decimal will shift 3 positions to the left, because that 1000 has got 3 zeros. The decimal will shift 3 positions to the left. So what you will have? You will have 2.125. This is the decimal expansion of 17 upon 8.